I can't do this anymore. I'm done. No more. My name is Catherine Wells, aka Katie. I was the producer and one of the writers and an actor in The Bridge. I had scratches all up my arm. Like, my life went to hell. This film ruined my life in a matter of the 2 days it took to film it.
I'm Sam Russell. I was the director and one of the writers and actors for The Bridge. It was kind of inspired by a song that we found that had kind of a creepier vibe to it, but it was less just straight ghosts and more kind of a mental creepy, or something that kind of gets into your head a little bit. We had thought with that song maybe we could try to follow up or make almost a sequel to a previous video that we made that involved somebody being haunted, I guess, by someone who had committed suicide on this particular bridge. Initially, we were going to film the suicide at a tower downtown. And when we had everything slated up, we'd gotten a tour of the building, we'd been taken up into the roof and the little observation area where we were going to be doing some of our shots. And then we'd done this days in advance, but then we decided to come back, that particular evening. We were going to film everything, we had everything set up, we had costumes ready. And as we were actually walking into the location, one of the administrators there told us that they had been contacted by one of their higher-ups and told to shut the whole thing down, which was understandable given the themes of the project. You don't want to have a suicide being filmed off of your own building.
Can you hold on?
Yeah.
The camera can't decide what it wants to focus on
Is it getting blurry?
all the time.
About what time was it that you started to realize that this might have been related to this film? Like, what kind of gave you that idea?
So when we were filming, there's this scene in The Bridge where the girl, she runs to the bridge and she climbs up and she looks over and she looks at the camera. And then she goes to jump over the bridge. And I remember we filmed it and I stayed on the bridge. And our camera guy, Adrian, he stopped filming and he said to me, he said, Katie, we're done filming. You can get off the bridge now. I remember looking down into the water and seeing these lights, and I was just like, wow. I just felt so compelled to jump over the bridge. And I just after this, I just felt so compelled to go back to Bird Bridge afterwards. And I did a few times just by myself, but I never went at night because I'm too much of a scaredy cat to go anywhere at night. I think if you ask anybody in the time frame of between July 2017 up until roughly about maybe March 2018, nobody was certain who I was. And I wasn't certain.
You're going big time out of focus. Is this an issue you've had with this camera before today?
No, that's a first time issue. And I can't tell you, I am like goosebumps right now. Oh, my stomach's
You hear my stomach making noise over here? Yeah, it's making me nervous.
It's like a dead quiet. And
after that, we did decide to work on another film together, which was based on the Petit Biscuit song called Night Trouble. And we did make some good progress with that film, and we were a little bit more technologically prepared for it, but even then the film was still scrapped and ultimately unfinished.
I was living with my parents when this happened. I moved away. I physically moved far away. I went to a different college. This stuff followed me. It ruined my life at college. I moved back to my parents. It ruined my my first like college living situation. So much so that my college moved me into a new dorm room. That followed me into that new dorm room. It followed me into the new house that I got. So I don't think it's a matter of you get rid of the bridge. It's really a matter of the bridge just finds somebody new.
Because we did argue a lot afterwards, and we went a while where we didn't talk and kind of slowly became closer again to the point where we are now. But it definitely took a toll on my personal relationship with these people, and I think with theirs as well. Would you ever go back?
Would I ever go back? Oh God. It's thrill. The thrill of it, I want to say yes. I want to go back. But the pure... Am I out of focus again?
No. One of the cameras just decided to stop. I don't know how long ago it did, but it did.
Oh. The pure thrill of it makes me want to go back. But the pure hell of it makes me not want to go back.
Stopped again, like right in front of my eyes. It just stopped again.
Just like, which camera?
That one.
That's the newer camera.
Yeah, and
It shouldn't be doing that. That's like, God, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Part of me wonders if we're not like just cursing ourselves to something worse. But I feel like we have to complete this. I don't wonder if we haven't cursed ourselves to like a year of like just prolonged suffering because we didn't finish it. And there was even a point where I sat down one night and I was like, cameras can't lie to me. I'll just take a picture of myself. And so I sat down with the camera and I always had this pose. I've done it in all my photos. And it's this little off the shoulder look. And so I sat down and I took that picture. And
still out of focus. It's like, it's got the finder on your face.
It's good.
Hasn't moved at all, but you're out of, as I'm speaking.
So I did my little pose to take this photo because the camera can't lie, right? And I went to take the photo and I clicked. And then when I went to go look at the photo, it wasn't me. Like I knew it was me in the photo because I had just taken that photo minutes ago. But that face, like there was something so sinister. It was not me. There was no way that could be me. Because I think everybody knows me as this really nice, kind person, and that person and that image just looks so haunted and evil. And I just suddenly, everything just came colliding down, and I was like, holy shit.
Within the last 5 months, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I don't want to point any association between that and what was happening in the house, because I feel like that's not something I can do, morally. She had her own things that she dealt with, but shortly after she had her double mastectomy and got the cancer removed, she was sleeping upstairs because she was unable to lie down flat at the time. This was within a month ago, and said that she had woken up in the middle of the night to the sound of this metal clanging coming from the basement. And as she explained this to me, I was following along with her, and then she said that she was trying to figure out what the noise was, but she hadn't really gotten up. She didn't feel like she was fully awake, but then she heard my dad's voice in the basement, and she said he yelled, "What the fuck do you want?" And when she opened up her eyes, she could see a very tall, 6 to 7 foot, she said, shadow standing in the entrance to the kitchen, which was kind of catty corner to her. And she said that it came at her, and she was trying to scream, she was trying to move, she couldn't do either. And it ripped the blanket off of her and then went for her throat. She said that when she woke up, her throat was hurting, she was sweaty, and the blanket was off and actually on the floor.